Here comes the fourth contender of the River Valley launches. River Modern will preview on the 20th February, and let's talk about the guide price first.
This is the official guide price from the developer. It will be starting from 2,877 per square foot, and this will be District 9 last riverfront facing parcel. Now you must be thinking, they will say entry price is attractive since they are property agents.
But jokes aside, let our analysis do the heavy work so you can decide whether if this is the right project for you or not. But before that, let's take a look at the some of the artist's impression of the development.
When we say this is the fourth hot launch in River Valley, we need to look at what the other three actually are. So these are actually the land cost of the nearby developments, and at first glance, you might think that River Modern is the most expensive site and that you end up paying more than the others. That's true to a certain extent. River Modern does have the highest land bid cost. Of course, we do not know what Parcel C land cost will come to. But River Modern is definitely the last riverfronting plot in District 9. It is also one of the development that has direct access to Great Wall MRT, but when we dive deeper into the development, you can see the location, the views, the layouts, the livability. It might actually be the one that makes the most sense for certain buyers.
While many would have loved to enter the area earlier, this could very well be your next opportunity to own a home in River Valley. Let's do a quick comparison across the four projects. We already have 3 projects that has launched in River Valley last year. River Green and Promenade Peak has launched in August, while Zion Grand has been launched in October in 2025. Okay, all 4 projects are from 4 very renowned developers. You'll notice some of the key difference, like River Green and River Modern is actually located at District 9, and then across the river we have Promenade Peak and Zion Grand, which is at District 3. Okay, while all are 99-year leasehold, another key difference you'll notice is actually the plot ratio. Our friends from Promenade Peak and Zion Grand, the plot ratio is at 5.6, while River Green and River Modern is at 3.5. Okay, the number of units over at River Modern is very manageable. It's only 455 units, at 36th floor, which is slightly lesser unit, compared to the other 3 projects. While the land size is at 126,325 square feet, which is, at one glance, I think it's quite spacious, right? Okay. Another key difference you'll notice is also the car park lots. Probably the River Green has it at 50%, while the other 3 projects have it around like 80%.
So now we put the 2 D9 developments together, River Green and River Modern. One main difference that you actually notice is how the developers are actually selling it in a different way. So for River Green, actually about 70% of it are on the 1-bedder, the 2-bedroom being the bulk of over 50%. While for River Modern, you can see that the 3-bedroom and the 4-bedroom, adding them up, is slightly over 60%. So the profile that they are trying to attract is a bit different. For River Modern, I think the developer is actually looking to attract more people who's buying for own stay. Whereas for River Green, it seems to be they are trying to keep the price more affordable by reducing the overall sizes of all the different room unit type.
So if you're looking for a bigger floor plate over at District 9, River Modern is definitely one of the projects to look into. Going across the river over at District 3, Zion Grand and Promenade Peak offers the 5-bedroom types, which you see over here. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a key difference between this project as well as River Modern is actually the 5-bedroom type. So if you are looking for even bigger floor plate, do contact us and we can share more details with you.
This is the tender result for River Modern. Why we want to take a look at this is actually to figure out whether this developer has indeed overpaid for this piece of land. So if you see, the winning bid is actually by Guaco Land at 1,420 per square foot per plot ratio. Now that is about 8.9% higher than the next best bid by Sing Holdings. The gap reflects a competitive but not overheated tender result. Now, even if we compare to the last bidder, that's Kingsford, at 1,251 per square foot per plot ratio, that is about a spread of about 13.5%. Now, this gap to us, it shows that Guaco Land is willing to actually pay a premium for this land, but it is still within a competitive range actually for this high demand core central region land. Furthermore, this is the last plot of land that is actually river fronting.
Let's take a look at the River Modern guide price and compare with the transacted prices over at River Green, Promenade Peak and Zion Grand. So this information is as of 11 February 2026. Okay, so for River Modern, the 2-bedroom starts from 1.548 million. And if you take a look at the other 3 other projects, the 2-bedroom quantum range from transacted prices range from 1.455 million to up to about 2.479 million. Okay, and we have 3-bedroom for River Modern, which begins from 2.298, while the other 3 projects ranges from 2.188 million to about 4.049 million. And 4-bedroom starts from 4.588 million, while compared to the other 3 projects, we have 4 bedrooms transacted from 2.716 up to about 5.57 million. Looking at these prices, despite the land price of River Modern highest among these 4 projects, Guaco Land has definitely priced very sensitively for River Modern.
We'll now look at the average transacted prices of development in similar location. This actually includes the freehold development as well. So what we did was to kind of put it together so you can see what kind of pricing are actually around River Valley. If you look at the 99 years leasehold prices, a 2-bedroom on average is already around $2 million to $2.5 million in the resale market. 3-bedroom starting from 2.7 million and has hit about 3.6 million, and a 4-bedroom goes as high as a 6.05 million. So with that, this being in the resale market already, it would mean that it is slightly older compared to River Modern. And if you look at River Modern prices, actually you are buying a brand new at a similar resale pricing. So this could be a consideration for those that's looking to buy a development, actually to buy a unit in the area. Now, if you look at freehold prices, actually the 2-bedroom already starts from $2.6 million, and that is a good $1 million difference from River Modern. Okay, the 3-bedroom from 3.6 million. So basically, it tells us this: if you do not have a 2.6 million, you do not have a 3.6 million, you're not going to get a freehold over there. Okay, the difference with River Modern is that at $1 million lower, you can take a brand new, no doubt a 99 years leasehold. But this could be a consideration, especially when it comes to the affordability. Putting them all together, let's look at the summary of the prices in the similar locality. If you look at the entry price of River Modern, it is unlikely you find anything comparable in the area right now. Although some might argue that actually the older properties are bigger, they have a lower per square foot, but actually in today's market, affordability is what really matters.
So banks generally will lend up to 75% of the property value, meaning buyers will definitely still have to cover the remaining 25%, down payment with both cash and CPF, and even with that 75%, LTV is not guaranteed. So banks will definitely still have to assess your income, your age, your credit profile, any other debts, before approving the loan amount. So at the end of the day, the total price, not just the PSF, is what drives affordability for most buyers today.
Let's compare with the recent and future launches. We are actually guessing that River Modern, the average dollar per square foot could be around 3,001 to 3,002. So comparing to the land bid prices for upcoming launches, buying River Modern you could potentially buy River Modern at a similar or a lower dollar per square foot. So if you look at Villa Bay, that's at Bayshore, the land price is just of a very minor difference. It's less than $40 difference. So in terms of the dollar per square foot, we do think the average could be as close as River Modern. And then looking at Dunnan GLS, also in the CCR, the land price is also close. Okay, Holland Link is slightly higher, and Newton record breaking at $1,820 per square foot per plot ratio. What this basically means is that if you look at Villa Bay is at OCR, and the land price is so close. Does River Modern then make sense if you were to actually buy in a CCR region?
But of course, some buyers may worry that CCR projects, they don't give so much of the upside, but it's important to also understand that there are different districts over at CCR. Okay, so unlike District 1 or District 2, which is the CBD area like our Raffles Place, Tanjong Pagar, Shenton Way, which are more for people who are looking to live, work and play in the area. While for District 9, River Valley, it stands out for its livability, the lifestyle, the amenities, the riverside parks, shoppings, and schools that are great for families. And with that, the profit potential isn't the same given its solid choice, for those who are actually looking to live in this area.
Then moving on, we are going to talk about the project details. But before that, don't go. If you want to know what our conclusion is about River Modern, whether it's suitable as a purchase for you.
Please help us to like, share and subscribe.
So let's have a quick look at River Modern. We touched a little bit on this previously when we did a comparison. So just to reinforce, okay, River Modern is by Quacoland. It consists of 2 towers, 36 stories high. There is a first story commercial for this development. Now it's 99 years leasehold, 455 units, and the car park is about 80%, 364 car park lots. Expected TOP on paper is about second half of 2030.
So now let's take a look at the location at River Modern. So if you're familiar with our Thomson East Coast Line Great Wall MRT station, River Modern is actually located at Exit 1. So it's actually linked and fully sheltered to the MRT, and you can easily get connected to the Great Wall Shopping Mall. And right opposite the Great Wall Shopping Mall, you have the our very popular Zion Riverside Food Centre. Okay, we're also very close to the New Baru, which is one of the shopping and F&B area. Okay, schools-wise, we are also very close to the River Valley Primary School, which is just one road across at River Valley Green. And we have also 70% of the units that's also fronting the Singapore River. And we're also very close to the Kim Sing Park as well. Okay, transport-wise, we're just one MRT stop to Orchard MRT. And then we have like 2 MRT stops towards the Ocean Park MRT, where you can easily access to Chinatown, Maxwell, SGH in that area.
And looking at the unit breakdown, let's dive just slightly deeper. Okay, the 2-bedroom consists of about 39% of the development. Basically, they have a 2-bed, 1-bath and 2-bed, 2-bath. Okay, 538 square feet to 689 square feet. Now, majority will be under the 3-bedroom, which is 46%. There is a good range from the smaller 797 square feet to 1,109 square feet. So it caters to different buyers' profile. Whether you want something larger, you need a flex room, to make it into your maybe storage or your study area. This development offers a good range of 3-bedroom for you to choose from. Then going on to the 4-bedroom, basically there's 2 types. One is the 1,564 square feet unit, and if you are someone who likes big floor plate. Now, big floor plate generally quite rare. Okay, you can find a 4-bedroom at 1,830 square feet. So space is definitely very, very generous.
So let's take a look at the site plan of River Modern. So River Modern, it comes with a full condo facilities with tennis court as well as the 50 meters infinity pool. So just to bring you to some of the key features of this project. As we mentioned earlier, this is direct link to MRT, so which is at this point 45 over here. Okay. At River Modern, you will also get this very huge grand lawn, which offers the space for for plays, for relaxation, or any potential events you may want to hold over here. Okay, there's also the Gourmet Pavilion, which is at this point 4 and 5, which is like our barbecue area, which you can notice that is very far away from the residential area. Okay, so like we mentioned earlier, there's some shops and restaurants that is located at River Modern itself. So if you're looking for some food, you can just hit down and get your food, right? Okay. And the block to block distance, so at River Modern, we actually have 2 blocks over here, okay? And the good thing about this is that this block to block distance is about 48 meters apart. So from stack 7 to stack 3, which is a pretty good distance, okay? And on the inner facing, which for example from stack 1 to the school opposite, it's about 38 meters apart. Okay, so you notice that even on the inner facing or those that are facing the park, you definitely have quite a good distance away from each other. Okay. So if you're looking at deciding whether if you want to go for the inner facing or with the river facing, you do have a choice. If you're looking for either the 2-bedroom or the 3-bedroom, our smallest 2-bed 1-bath, which is the 538 square feet, definitely belongs to the inner facing. And here you can actually look at stack 5 and stack 12. Okay, right here, and then we have a bigger 2-bed 2-bath, which is at 646 square feet. You have actually at a corner unit located at stack 6 over here. So for 3-bed 2-bath on the inner facing, which is towards the River Valley Green facing, we have actually stack 13, 11, and stack 4. Okay, across different sizes. Okay, and for those that are looking on the river facing unit, we have starting from our 2-bed 2-bath, which is at stack 8 and 9. Okay, our 3-bed 2-bath, we have it at stack 2, which is right here. Okay, follow on with our 3-bed 3-bath, okay, which is at stack 10 and stack 1, which is flank at the corners of each block. And then we have our 4-bedroom, which definitely they have the premium facing towards the river's side. We have at stack 7 and stack 3. So for stack 7, which is our smaller 4-bedroom, this is you have the 1464 square feet, and our stack 3, which is our biggest 4-bedroom layout, which is at 1830 square feet. So this two will offers the Singapore River view.
Let's have a deeper look at the layout of the 2-bedroom. Okay, now 2-bedroom, there's basically 2 types, 2-bed 1-bath. So we're looking at B1 2-bed 1-bath at 538 square feet. The kitchen is definitely smaller. It is more like a kitchenette. Other than that, if you look at the bedroom size, they are quite close, other than the master bedroom being slightly 1 square meter smaller, a smaller balcony. But in terms of living and dining, it is about 2 square meters difference. Now the good thing is that you can actually have a separate dining and living area, because sometimes when you come to small units, the dining area basically is like merged into the living area together. So this layout, I would say developer has planned it well, very, very regular layout. Okay, and if you look at stack 8B4, which is the show flat layout, it's basically a dumbbell layout. The space is definitely well utilized. Okay, the kitchen is also of a C-shaped kitchen, so at least you won't complain that you don't have much countertop space, right? Then stack 6. Now stack 6 is slightly different, although dumbbell, but if you want a bigger bedroom, if you see, bedroom 2 is actually at 11 square meters. Okay, the additional square meters could be from the entryway where there's a slight area over there, but I would say it is slightly comparable to the master bedroom size. So those who want larger bedroom size can consider this. The kitchen is a galley type kitchen. And other than that, the balcony is also slightly smaller. So if you're someone who don't want big balcony space, bigger bedroom space, so this stack 6 type B2 may be the one that you want to consider. Okay, then coming to the other one, which is the type B3, basically dumbbell layout also. The kitchen is slightly different. It is an L-shaped kitchen. Other than that, bedroom sizes, living dining sizes, balcony size, they are actually quite close to the one at the show flat.
So let's take a look at the 3-bedroom floor plan. Our smallest 3-bedroom, which is at stack 13, is a 797 square feet from here. So this one is actually the inner facing unit. Okay. The next layout that we want to take a look is actually stack 4. Okay, and this one is actually a 904 square feet. So one of the very unique thing about this layout is that we have, this one is actually more of a longish layout. Okay? So if we zoom in, you will notice that the balcony, you can actually access the balcony from the kitchen as well as the living room. And in particular, this facing, you are also facing towards the 15-meter infinity pool, as well as possibly looking over to the Singapore River as well. At the same time, bedroom 2 and the master room, as you are also having the inner facing. So this particular stack does probably might give a premium price over this, because you actually get 2 different views from here. Okay. Of course, the other layout that we have on the inner facing is actually the type C2, which is at stack 11, which is at 829 square feet. And this one is very typical. We have a dumbbell layout, so we have 2 bedrooms on one side, 1 bedroom on the other side, with a C-shaped tuck-in kitchen. Okay, and then for the riverfronting unit, we have stack 10 as well as stack 1 over here. So stack 10 and stack 1, the difference, we have the size, which is the 1098 square feet and the 1109 square feet. So if we actually zoom into the layout, you'll notice that both layouts are very, very similar. This comes with actually a 3-bed, 3 bath. Okay, so one of the bath is actually like the powder bath, which you can see it when you enter from the main door. Okay, you have a kitchen. What is a kitchen? Plus a flex room. What is a kitchen? Can I say what is a kitchen?
You have a kitchen, it's like, obviously you have a kitchen.
Of course you have a kitchen, right? Okay. So what I wanted to share with you is that the difference is actually in terms of the
Storage.
the
Flex room.
storage area, which is actually right at the entrance area. So 1098, it just give you just a smaller storage space. Let's take a look at the sweet spot, which is at stack 2, river facing unit, which is at 89. It gives you a 893 square feet. So if you are focusing on the quantum, and you prefer the river facing, and you don't need to actually go up to 1000 square feet, you could actually zoom into looking at this stack 2 over here.
And one good thing is that actually you look at bedroom 3, it is directly connected to one of the bath. So sometimes if you're a family, you have maybe your parents staying with you, actually it's good for them. It's like a junior master. Yeah. So I think the developer is very, very clever. They have inserted this type C3 river facing, which is a premium. But in terms of pricing, because the size is smaller, you are probably going to pay lesser because maybe you don't want to pay so much for a 1100 square feet unit. And now we'll look at the 4-bedroom. Basically, 4-bedroom, they are the largest there. It's a premium, so both of them are river facing. So if you look at what is at the show flat, it is the huge one at 1,830 square feet. Generally, in most show flat developer tend not to show you the largest unit sometimes, especially when it's 1,830 square feet, because those tend to be maybe just a few units in the development. But for this 4-bedroom, actually D2 and D1, they both have 35 units each. So I guess that's why developer chose to showcase the larger one. And I think it is really impressive because in River Valley, you don't get this kind of floor plate, especially for the new launches. Okay, so for type D2, you will have your own private lift. There is a junior master that's at one corner of the unit, and then the other 3 bedrooms are actually at the other side of the unit. Now you have a very wide living area, and the thing is that usually when you have this kind of landscape living area, it is combined with your dining area. But because of this huge floor plate, your dining is separate. So if you combine the living and dining, it is 57 square meters. You rarely get this anymore, especially in new developments. For the master bedroom, very big, comes with a big walk-in wardrobe as well. The master bath, you have a bathtub as well. And then if you think you do not need such a big size, 1,830 square feet, you may not host as often, you don't need the huge living and dining area, you can consider D1. You still get the very good river facing, the premium facing. This is where I was talking about living and dining. They are kind of merged into one space in a landscape layout, so you are kind of sharing your living and your dining area. Okay, it also has a private lift lobby. The kitchen wise, it is not landscape layout per se. Okay, but you still get your household shelter, you have the yard. So what is essential for a family is basically inside. And at 1,464 square feet, it is not small in today's context, especially for new launch. So whether is it you are looking for a slightly smaller, or whether you're looking at 1,830 square feet, 4-bedroom, I think you have good choices over there.
We have personally seen the show flat for this 4-bedroom. It's really, really impressive. So, do contact us, and then we can actually catch this preview together.
Okay, and finally, we come to this part. We kind of conclude everything for you. We put them into whether it's a buy, a yay, or a may. So, very first may, let's start with the may. Very first one is that there could be a potential price sensitivity due to it being the highest land bid. Now, some buyers might pause and then they wonder whether the prices already factor in a lot of the future upside. We have already compared it with the nearby and upcoming developments, and also looking at how affordability today is actually really about the total pricing. We don't see River Modern as overpriced, but it does mean that buyers should be mindful of the entry price, and the focus is more on the long-term livability and the value of the house that it brings to you. Now, if you want to know what the walkaway price could be, do get in touch with us. Secondly, while not all River Valley projects are freehold, a significant number of well-known developments are actually freehold in River Valley. So those that actually once freehold development, they may not consider River Modern, okay? Because in terms of 99 years versus freehold, River Modern would definitely appear less attractive, especially for buyers that are considering it to purchase for the long-term ownership, or leaving it as a legacy for their future generation. And the third point, what we want to keep in mind is that there are competitions from nearby developments. While River Modern is definitely a standout project, there are other launches that are actually quite similar, and it does appeal to similar buyers. So with more choices for the buyers, it is actually worth comparing the layouts, the price point, the amenities before you make a decision.
Okay, let's talk about the yay. Okay, so River Modern sits right beside the Singapore River in a prime mature CCR location with direct access to the Great Wall MRT on the Thomson East Coast Line. It's within walking distance to the Great Wall City, the cafes, the riverside parks, and easy connectivity over to Orchard, to the CBD and Marina Bay. And of course, the school, the River Valley Primary, is also well within 1 kilometer. Okay, and this is possibly the last riverfronting plot, right, in District 9. About 70% of the unit faces enjoy the river views because the development is elevated. So even the lowest floor unit starts from the 5th story, which gives you a very good views as well. So, and as we shared earlier, this is a chance to enter the CCR at a price that will be similar to the future launches and in the RCR and OCR. Okay. So over here, there's no 1-bedroom unit. That tells us that the developer is clearly targeting owner-occupiers rather than pure investors. You also see this in the larger floor plates, especially we have the 4-bedroom units. So with more owners living in the development, it's more likely to be more well-maintained and age better over time. So on top of that, the layouts are very practical, very regular spaces, and you have the options for the flex space. Okay, and even have hackable walls, which gives homeowners the flexibility to adapt the unit to their lifestyle.
We have come to the end of our video. Happy Lunar New Year to our Chinese friends, and we shall see you in the next one where we will touch on
another project. See you. Bye.